Amira's story is indescribably tragic. On January the 14th this year, she found herself at the centre of Israel's offensive against Gaza. But we're starting this glimpse into her life thousands of miles away, in the city of Lille in northern France. It's just after 9 o'clock on the last day of August 2009. It's a sunny morning and Amira is setting off in a hired coach for the Hague. It's a place she'd probably never heard of until a few weeks ago. She's surrounded by supporters from France and Belgium and members of a team of experienced lawyers. Israel says the attack on Gaza was in retaliation for rocket fire from Hamas on southern Israel. But human rights groups, NGOs and politicians from around the world regarded the Israeli response as disproportionate and were appalled at the indiscriminate loss of life, especially among civilians. They were already working on legal action against Israel for possible war crimes.
Il y a des lois de la guerre et quand on viole les lois de la guerre, on est criminel de guerre. C'est ce que nous disons, appuyé sur la Convention de 1949 et sur le traité de Rome qui a institué la Cour pénale internationale en 1995.
Amira's own harrowing experience unfolds in the text of the complaint to the International Criminal Court. It says that she and her brother and sister were woken in the evening by a strong explosion which shook their house. They went outside into the smoke and dust and found the body of their 42-year-old father, Fatih. Then Amira herself was hit in the leg, causing serious wounds. She collapsed. Her 13-year-old brother Allah and 15-year-old sister Ismet were close by when they too were hit by Israeli fire. Their bodies were blown to pieces.
زي ما عرفته استشهد أبويا طبعا بغير ذنب وأخويا وأختي وتصوبت برجلي يعني بغير ذنب يعني قتلوا أبويا وأخويا وأختي وأنا تصوبت زي ما أنت شايف.
Numb with fear, Amira dragged herself back to the house. As she did so, there was another explosion and she saw the legs of her dead father torn off by the blast. The following day, she somehow found the strength to get to the house of a nearby friend. She needed help, but nobody was in. She was only discovered 60 hours after the attack and taken straight to hospital. Well, this is a copy of the complaint which has just been handed into the criminal court. Now, it's only 8 pages long, but the detail is absolutely chilling. For example, it says that 1,417 Palestinians were killed, of whom 313 were children. It mentions 5,303 wounded, of whom 1,606 were children. Amira has recently been living in France and Belgium, where she's been receiving further medical treatment.
Il avait un traumatisme grave qu'on l'appelle syndrome post-traumatique qu'a subi après le traumatisme. Donc il souffre psychologiquement, il souffre aussi au niveau de fracture de sa jambe.
The International Criminal Court sits in this building in a pleasant city in the Netherlands. Here, in placid courtrooms well away from the disorder and chaos of war zones, the only weapons are quick minds and sharp tongues.
Today it's the first time a Palestinian child is going to make a complaint in front of International Criminal Court against war crimes. The testimony of Amira is very clear about the willing of Israelis to kill children, and we want Israel to come and to explain things.
Aujourd'hui, un groupe de personnes vient accompagner une jeune palestinienne victime de l'agression israélienne à Gaza.
أنا فاهمة لو مش فاهمة كان ما تشجعتش ورفعت القضية. يعني بفهم والإشي يعني اللي صار بغزة بيعلم الصمود والقوة والتحدي والشجاعة يعني عشان هيك يعني.
La justice, c'est de la procédure, c'est aussi une affaire de civilisation. Et ce que nous disons très clairement à Israël, c'est qu'Israël doit avoir le même courage qu'Amira, venir devant la Cour et prêter son concours à la justice.
This action wouldn't have been possible without the financial help of pro-Palestinian groups in Europe.
The responsibility of this court is to prove that a child who has been abused, injured, who has lost her family, who has been the victim of the crime against humanity and the war crime can find some justice in this world.
Following the Rome Treaty, the International Criminal Court was set up 7 years ago by 110 states. but it only began its first trial a few months ago. Pre-trial stages are lengthy and time-consuming. And so it's the court itself which is also being tested, because ultimately, if justice is not served, then what is the point of this institution? It's unlikely Amira will ever get over the events of January 2009, but she must get used to them, and slowly she's learning how to smile and laugh again. And she knows she has the love and sympathy of many. Mark Vautier, Press TV, The Hague.
Amira, 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 Amira.